Welcome to the Three River Valley series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 24th of February 1943, and that is quite a long way on from the end of the last video. And the reason why I've gone so long, including going all the way through the winter, is that at the moment there's not a lot going on, and I wanted to give the construction crews a bit of a chance to, well, catch up and produce something worth looking at. And I'll give you a bit more of an update in a minute. But first, a big thank you for your comments and feedback. As usual, you guys give me a lot to think about. Now, I did get a comment about focusing on the power station up here and getting that online and putting in a proper power grid. Now, that is very much up on my priority list. But, and this is quite a big but, especially when you do an early start, is that you've got one thing you've got to be very careful of is to try and keep your population in balance. Since the game was originally released, there's been lots of extra services added, which has substantially increased the amount of population you're going to need just to get a self-sufficient town going. And I think down here is probably a pretty good example, because I think we've lost, looks like we've lost some population through the winter, but I mean, the moment I've only got, say, a couple of hundred people down here, and they're all being taken up with actually the supporting services. Because, of course, now you've got to, besides the basics like education and sport and culture, which is what we got up here, you've also got to provide the secret police, the crime police station, and, of course, water and sewage. And there's so much that you need to provide now that you can't get away. Like, I remember when I first started playing Workers and Resources, you could build a small town with less than 1,000 people. In fact, I think one of my earliest series, I only started with 500 people, and that was enough to get the town running and also provide workers for the construction industry. And I think it's very important that you basically, you got to, with this game, when you're building a new city, you've got to learn to walk before you can run. And I think it's a common mistake that new players make, is that you get too ambitious. And quite often what can happen is that you end up having to borrow money, something which I don't particularly like doing in game or in real life. But that's just a philosophical one. But of course, with early starts, the pace of the game is always very slow, but partly because of the trucks and the capacities as well. And that comes down to the fact that what the suggestion was is to bring workers in to actually run the coal-fired power station here. The problem with that is that on an early start, because we're in 1943, we've got only slow, small capacity buses, is that if I show you the power station here, you can see it needs 20 workers, but to get this power station working efficiently and stably, you need about 50 to 60 workers. Now, I've got no spare staff down here, and I don't have that much up top here either because of the industries that I've been running up there. So trying to set up a bus route that will reliably deliver 50 or 60 people all the way down to here with slow moving buses. I can't remember what the top speed of a bus I've got at the moment. I don't think it's particularly that high. Plus we've got gravel roads which caps our speeds at 60 kilometers an hour. If we look at the buses here, well, we got an 80s bus, but it's only got 7 passengers on it. So if you look at here, we got a Zeiss 5 that's got 20 passengers in. But the problem is we don't have those number of people walking around. This comes back to what I've said previously, that when you're first starting out, especially in early access, walking distance is all important, even if it means you've got to suffer pollution. But having said that, the power station is high on my priorities. Also, the other thing I will say is that the person who created this map, i.e. me, wasn't considerate enough to give external power connections. Although we do have one over here, but of course I ruled that out as an import as part of my own personal game rules. Again, if you're starting on a normal game on a map which has got an external power supply, then the building up a power connection is not particularly that important. Although I will say the point is perfectly valid, and one thing I do want to start working on now is planning my power grid, because hopefully it won't be long if we can get this population up big enough so that we can get some workers into the power station. Of course, the other problem is bringing the coal down, but I think we can do that if we kind of build this aggregate store here, which would be the coal store, and we can put this conveyor in, deliver coal to here, and then bring the power station online. Might be an option which we can consider. Okay, so that all out the way. What I will say though, guys, also is the slow pace of the game, and I'm open to suggestions, because one problem I found is that if I cut out too much, then people say, especially people who want to learn more about the detail of the game, say that they want to see the detail. So it's a bit of a difficult balancing. That's the reason why I often play through the winter. And when I play through the winter, I don't actually physically play the game. What I actually do is I just let the game run, and I'm often doing my normal day job, which involves a lot of reading. So I'll sit reading, and I'll just let the game play through the winter with a set number of jobs. And I just keep an eye on it, because the complexity of the game and the fact that something can go wrong, like say a heating plant like over here, running out of logs and not providing heat, which then causes the happiness to fall because the population aren't warm in the winter, and then that then drops productivity, and then before you know it, you've lost all your entire population. And I have actually had that happen to me it was a little while ago, but I was playing a game off camera, just testing something, and I had a population of just under 15,000, and I was waiting. What I wanted to do was just build it up. I let the game run, and I wandered away. When I came back, all the population had left. And on that basis, let me just show you the current pop stats. We had a little bit of a rough winter. If I show you the deaths, well, we'll have to go back to I think it started in the beginning of December. Show the deaths. We had quite a lot of deaths over births. We had a few escapees, which is understandable because we got poor quality home down here. And what that meant is that, again, we lost population. At the beginning of winter, we were just under 4,000. Now we're back to 3,715. Now, since the end of the last video, there's been a few changes. The first thing is we've now got the asphalt plant running. There's a few workers in it. I've switched all the construction offices over to this asphalt production. So we're no longer importing asphalt. I've completed the concrete plant here, but I've kind of messed it up a little bit because I forgot completely all about the water. So what we're going to have to do is get this on here, but that might take a little while to build. Let's get rid of that. So I've got a cunning plan. So what we're going to do is get up to here, because I'd like to get that concrete plant up and running as quickly as possible. So what we're going to do is buy a water truck. Capacity over speed. We got, these are 40 kilometers an hour. I think we'll get 8 tons, 13 tons. We got the money, so we're going to buy that. And of course, what I'm going to have to do is send this. A bit of a mistake here, guys. So we're just going to send him to there. The other thing I also need to do is buy some dry bulk capacity. Okay, we're going to need to buy some dry bulk tankers. Capacity over speed again. Or would speed be faster? Right, we got 3 tons there, 6 tons there, 55 kilometers an hour. I think we're going to get a couple of Zeisses in here, and then we're going to buy. No, we have to wait for them to get into here as well. Just let's speed the game up a little bit so that we can get the trucks into here. You're going to pick up cement on the border, and you're going to. I think in the short term we're going to deliver the cement to here, and what's the storage capacity? 40 tons. I think let's set that to about 50% at the moment. So we need to prime this with some cement, so that's the current situation with our construction. And this is where I want to focus. I think once we've got asphalt, concrete, prefabs, and what else we got here? We need to build that kind of big silo, which is going to be expensive, but and I would also like to get the cement works going as well. Once we got this area finished, then I want to push out this way, because if we got the basics here, which is the asphalt, the concrete, and the prefabs, we might be able to start, although I don't think we actually need prefabs out here, do we? It's all basic materials. So that is the current situation. I've made a change here. I don't think that small bus station was really working very well. So what I've done is I've put in a full-size bus platform here with a asphalt road. And I think because of the proximities of this buildings, this could be used to take the workers out to the outer industries here. So that will give me a controlled platform there. The other change I've made is that there was one of these kind of accommodation buildings here, but what I've done is I knocked it down and put the Lenin Library, university here, because I think we do need the university education in this area. And the other thing, what I did is the few people that were in the building that was here, I actually put into this new building, and they're fairly happy. While we're here, I just want to check the loyalty. Yeah, 61%, 36%. I do wonder whether I need a monument here, but I think I'm going to take a chance at the moment. Well, we could put a monument over here on this corner, couldn't I? Something with a little bit of range. I think maybe I won't build it beginning. We'll just put the usual star on. This is 415 meters. Okay, maybe we'll put the star there. We'll just let that get detected and built. So we got that there. I've also started work on the next accommodation building here. So what we're going to do is build out this way, but eventually we're going to have to build this, which will again give me a problem with the food store here, because eventually what will happen is that we will run out of capacity. So we will need to bring this online, and what we can do is feed the population in this area from here. So that's another priority target. I've already started building the open store there. Now if we come back up top, because the trucks and that should be ready now. Up here, what I want to do is we're going to pick up you. I mean, it's going to be, and we're how you to pick up water over there, and the cement trucks should be, just make sure the cement trucks are working. Actually, we can tell by looking at the imports. Yeah, we're now importing cement. Now the other next thing I did was I got this, built this office here, and tell them to pick up concrete from there. And I've got my concrete trucks. Got a couple of concrete trucks up here. These open holes. Where's my concretey guys get to? I think they're there. So they're all kind of working at the moment. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm at last chance to buy. Yes, thank you. I think we're going to buy some more concrete guys to see if we got these are 55, these are 60. That's the steam one. This guy is 36. I quite like these, so we're going to make 1, 2, 3 of the Zeisses. So we got the money for it, so we might as well use it. And we'll leave the other one on at the moment. What I have to do is readjust this. I mean, these guys are cracking on with the water pipe, but that's okay. I mean, I can use that water truck somewhere else later on if I need it. Has he actually delivered any water yet? But we've now got the first water here. open that up, let some workers come in if they want to. And of course this guy's auto detected. Right, let's just pause. Actually work. Take all these off. Just to reinforce what's going on. This is what we're building at the moment. We're building the university, that, and I think we can now work on the prefab panel factory as well, although that might have an issue with distance from here. I don't think, yeah, they will get there, but they might need a little bit of incentive to get up. I think what we'll do is, of course, people will move faster with a footpath. So put you in there. That. And we're now producing. How much concrete did you pick up? 2.5 tons, yep. So we've now got a little bit of concrete going. That will meet. So I think technically now we'll remove you from that list. We'll just leave those, but we'll leave those guys up there in case we need to work locally at the top. And then eventually we can bring them down. Right, so that is the current situation. I don't really want to queue up much more. We're just going to let the game run. The population is still not brilliant. What's up with people? Police station. Always keep clicking on this police station. I just wonder whether we've lost population up here. Let me just check. Right, we've started to get population into our new building here. Have a look. Let's have a quick look across the health. 674, 69%, 91%. Loyalty is running away now. Look at this, guys. 45%. I think we can push you up, make you even higher, get a little bit more of the jolly old loyalty going. Let's keep pushing it up. Now I do have a potential problem over here, because you can see we've only got 267 left in each of these silos, and we've got just over what, 1,300 tons of crops. So, and we're only on April, so we may get a little bit of an issue there, which we're going to need to keep an eye on. So that is going good. Now, while all this is running, I want to start another project, which is out here. And what I've done during the winter is I've cleared all the roads out. I'm not sure, did I get... No, we got a little bit of road there. Because what I want to do is exactly what I've done up north, which is start to bring a road in from here. And the idea is that we can only do it with gravel, possibly with pavers. I know I can't do it with pavers because the pavers are NATO. But what I'm thinking is that I want to bring a road through this area here, so that we can get the gravelling done, so which will then speed up the process of connecting. Now, one thing I am considering is a farm, but where would I put it? Or would I want to build a border town up here? See, if I'm going to build a town, it would be here, so that we can get access to the iron up here or up here. And we've got a little bit of space here, but I don't think it's really going to fit with we could We could get a reasonable farm here with a little bit of leveling. So I think what we'll do is we'll plan where I want to cross things. We got a little bit of kind of altitude here because we got the slope. I'm just wondering if I say we put a road bridge in. We've got a concrete bridge there. Right. Say, for argument's sake. Oops, going the wrong way. Say, for argument's sake, I put a road there. Whoops. Always doing that. And then say we could probably run this with asphalt there. What's this? It's this gravel. Yep. Actually, get rid of you and then join. We can do that as an asphalt road. That will come into there. Now the fun bit, and then over this side we're building. Yes, we can get that there. And what I'm thinking, but this is too steep, isn't it? See, the trouble is if I bring a road through here, I've got to level, and I can't level, and I want a dual carriageway. Can we get a road through here? Let me just put that in there. Right, so we got a road there, but I won't get. We can't get a road alongside it, will we? No. So what we may have to do is build a single carriageway to the border first, and then maybe double it up later on. So say for argument's sake, I can go around these slopes here like that into about there. You have to come off that bit there like that, and then run through like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to strike off a double road here on enough width to be able to build crossroads with vehicles. So and then we can kind of close in like that. Let's just trim that back a little bit. I will trim back to about there. Build this road into there like that. That will give me a double family road there. And then just get rid of the contour lines now. And then what I want to do is pick up and of course I can't do that. Right, take out that length there. Put you back in as a mud road. Put you out like that. In, trim me back a little bit. And you can from you stop production. So what we got now is a road here with a gravel connection there. Actually, what we can do is keep this simple. I put you there, take out you there, and then what we want here is a free gas station. Of course, we need a free gas station, and put about there. We need a free depot. Do we need a free depot? Yeah, because we've got to allocate the route to there. Actually, we need a distribution office, not a three. Okay, let me just put all this in. We need a 3 distribution office, and we're going to need a couple of free construction offices. We can't build anymore. Okay, we're going to need to... That scuppered me, isn't it? What we can do while I'm here, we can buy a cheapest oil tanker, 3 tons of fuel. Okay. Oops, should have sent it to the distribution office. That's okay. Okay, so we've got that set up. What I've got to do now is recover some free construction offices. I thought I'd recovered one, or did I build one? Most of these aren't. Oh, how are we doing here? That's good. Look at that. We've got the water in there. We've got the concrete flowing. And so that's... Now these vehicles don't have to travel long distances. It's going to make a big difference. A bit worried about the fact that the population is not growing. I mean, it's still a bit... Right, we've got the university. Okay, we're going to need to knock that back to about 10 workers. And we'll put this to 35. Right, that will give the university education. I've got to find some way to get past this road junction. Okay. I'll put you there. And then I want to push that out that way. Right. Why is the population... Let's see. I suppose it is crawling up very slowly. Because of course it's still early in the year. Right, we need... Where is the free... Free ones must be all up here somewhere. Free construction offices. You're not free. Are you free? It normally says free alongside it. Or is the construction offices not like that? Well, there's one way to find out. What we'll do is we got three. Oh, I'm not even trying to pronounce it, guys. What we'll do is we'll send you down to there. And then we'll get rid of this construction office. Okay, we'll demolish you. Does that just check? Yep. So these aren't actually free. I think we could probably move this open hole as well. Yeah, open hole. I think we've now moved to high view open hole, which is this one here. So maybe we'll recover all of them here, and we'll send you all to this one. Get you all in one place. Probably going to mess them up a little bit, but it's okay. But I don't really feel I need here as well, and as we can remove you. Yeah, that gets them in there. That frees up an open hole thingy here. We can now put in a free construction office here. Got 4 slots. You're going to need a pick up gravel from the border. And what do we want? We want a couple of dumpers. I'm very inclined to use these steam dumpers again, but simply because they're expensive, but they're slow. But should we get no, we got this. No, that's 1.2. Sorry, I can't see. We've got the heavy steam dumpers, 13,000, 18 kilometers an hour, but that's okay because this is a long-term project, so we can just let these guys grind away. So we're going to get a couple of those, and we need, because again the excavators aren't going to win any speed as well, and we'll just get 2 excavators on here as well. Right. And your job is only going to be to detect roads and footpaths. And the moment you've detected, what's that there? Oh, I certainly don't want that. Get rid of you. What we're going to do is just leave these guys to their own devices, and then eventually they will bring the road down to here. We could probably put in, and then we can build, once the bridge is built, which I think is kind of underway. I think we can now allocate that to there, so we can start to get that built. And so the idea is we'll build the bridge out here, we'll build the road down to here. This can be built by the crews from here. And what that will mean is that we'll have at least a functioning road all the way down up to here, which will allow us to bring in other goods. Because once we cross the river here, we don't want to haul some like items that we can't make. We don't want to haul those all the way down from up there. Now there's one other building that I would like to get down here. We're probably going to need another construction office. I don't think I've got. That's full of gravel. This is a distribution office. We've now filled this one up with concrete. We got these guys here. This is county cranes. This is another 3 office. I think what we'll do is we'll put another bigger. And with that, what's there? That. Well, that's the water switch. Okay. I think this is the water pump. So I think if I can get a, can't build due to infrastructure. Maybe if I put it over here. Is that too far away? I think maybe we could put it out here. Just on this, patch it on the edge of this cliff here. Yeah, we build a construction office there. That would mean that, and we can bring cranes and other key equipment into here, and that will put it a lot closer to that area there. Okay, we built the pipe. Yes, we have. Right, where is our dinky little truck? You back to the. We're going to need a depot down this end as well, I think. Because at the moment we've got to send this guy all the way back to there and cancel your route. Because what we should be doing now is, let me just check. we've got water flow here coming down from there, and that should not be interfering with this guy, and it means that we've now got the water to here. Right, so we're looking good. We've got this is built, put limited functionality on that. 42 tons of prefabs. We now need that built and that built, although this would be the higher priority. We've now got this built, and we've got some people moving in already. Thank you. What other jobs have we got here? I'm kind of... So we got this, this, and this. We've got a school here, which, how is the school going? I don't think we got that much of a problem at the moment with education. I think that could possibly wait. We've got the higher education. I think we will build the star just to work on that base loyalty. And I'm starting to think now that maybe we need to what we call it, start working out a little bit in this direction, although we do need to get this lot finished. What is this? Oh, that's the oil tank thingy as well. That's not a problem. I just don't like these guys sat around doing nothing, but we could get some more roads asphalted. We got a road through there, so trying to look for anything that going to be a bit icky. I think we're going to have to leave that bit for the moment. I would like to get this section asphalted, and we could probably do that. Get the dig crews on this, that bit built. We could do, these won't need pavers, so thank you again. I think we're not, there's not much traffic going out that way, so I want to put you in there. You can get that going. Citizens' loyalty is low. Well, it probably is because yeah, so we're gonna need to work on the loyalty, because if we're gonna bring in coal to this area, we're gonna need to start asphalting in these roads. So if I do one side, then I can do the other side. So that's going, that's good. It'd be absolutely brilliant. And of course, I just want to show you guys this effect, that because we got some free workers here, and this is another advantage of when you play an early start or when you're just starting out. If your industries are within walking distances of the buildings like this, once you've allocated the building to be constructed, workers, spare workers will come out here and work in this area, kind of irrespective of the fact that there's any buses operating in this area. So that is something that you do need to work on. We certainly don't have any unemployment at the moment, but then that can be a bit misleading because the free workers are coming to the local construction sites. And this is something you will notice when you're building. If once your construction sites move too far away from your residential areas so that people can't walk to them, then you start to get in a bit of unemployment because they can't get to the jobs. But if they can walk to a construction site, then they will, and that will make a big difference. And I think if we can build in this thing's going to be very expensive. It's 62 tons of steel, but it'd be a good investment because eventually, once we're producing that and we're producing this, that means effectively we're reducing our costs on production. It also means that what I might do is a bit of redesign out here. Kind of thinking at this now. How much coverage do you provide? You provide a lot of it. I mean, there's only a few people. I think we're gonna start building this, guys, as well. Just go up and check. We have to start using the map a bit more now. There we are. There's the boys. Of course, once this side is done, we can then actually start to asphalt, not asphalt, it's called cement, gravel in this side as well. So that will work. Let's just go up to the what's going on up the top. Actually, I haven't looked at this for a long time. Well, we got all this lot's built. This is built. All our crews are actually currently doing nothing. So I think we're rapidly approaching the point here where we're going to start to need to build a camp out here. Right, we've got a roundabout here. I think what we will do is, oops, no. Gravel. Now this one's going to be a little bit more tricky because what's going to happen is that these are too short, but we'll give it a go and see what happens. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll just have to put a bypass road in, and that will have to wait. Well, they've detected it. Let's just have a look. I mean, they are working at 3,000 meters, so that's the distribution office. What am I doing? So if we come back here, looks very much like the construction office has picked up. Yeah, 4 roads. Yeah. So it's going to try and build in. Not sure what we got. This is 3 roads, not 4 roads. I'm not exactly sure. Kind of part of me. I think what we'll do is I'm just going to do a quick fix here because. Whoops. I've just deleted this. Well, this is an opportunity actually. What we'll do is we'll come in there. Put you in there like that. I'll build that. And that means that this section we're built, which means we can go round and build this lot. And then eventually what I'd like to do is push the highway round the town. So effectively what I want to do is build a bypass around this town, and we'll probably come in about here. We'll get rid of these rail tracks as well. Put these on the map purely for as a cosmetic guide. Then I think they're really in the wrong place with respect to this town. I mean, some of the other ones we can upgrade and use, but I don't think it. I'm going to have to redesign the town completely here. So, whoops. So we'll just get rid of you and you. And what we'll probably do is create a ring road down to here, which will then go in the direction of that bridge. So we're probably looking at a roundabout here, which will be the connecting road that will go down to here. So wow, see how quickly the construction will go once you've got this area up and running. Now, one thing we are going to need, let me just look. I've got to find. Right, you've got prefabs and everything like that. We've got, this is steel import, because what I'd like to do now is we need mechanical components. I don't want 66 tons of mechanical components. I certainly don't want 49 tons of electro components. We get you down to 10. Right, we're going to need another distribution office. We could build. We've kind of cleared this area out now, haven't we? So if I trim these roads back like that. I mean, we've got a nice row of distribution offices here, which are all full, I think. No, we got one here. And these have actually got electro components on it. Okay. And you've got a bit of slack, so actually we can put it directly onto there. You're going to unload electro components, and you can actually we'll set it at 30% at the moment. 30% of that is be about 3 tons. I think that would be enough. Right, and we'll get mech components there, and I think what we will do is bring in an no. Oh, we could bring in a covered. What we need is another covered hole here, and I want something with a bit of speed over capacity. 48, 40. That's capacity. That's 6.4. This is this will bring in 3 tons. What will this bring in? I think we'll go with this. This has got 50 miles an hour. So we'll put you there. Yep, I think that will work. And what we'll do is we'll get in some electro components and mechanical components there. And I can't remember which. That's high view gravel. And you've got the mechanical components. So once we've got some in here, we'll move these guys on, because I think at the moment you are, yeah, you're picking up from the customs house. But once we've got mechanical components stored in here, these guys can move to this store, which means they don't have to go all the way up to the border, and we'll start chaining things together, and which would be pretty good. I think I want you built. Let's get you built as well. Our population is on the rise again. Yeah, but it's growing slowly. But I think if we can get people into the better accommodation, we can get this town to start to grow. Money-wise, we're probably losing now because we're importing steel. And again, this is what can happen. This is one of the reasons why I built up a war chest, that when you start pushing forward with your construction, and of course you start bringing in steel and all that, that's when life gets expensive. Just to show you, so if we probably look at our imports, well, we didn't import that much there. We are 10,000 in steel. Oh wow, we got electronics that's building up again. That could be a problem. We just bought 5 tons of electro components, and a little bit of mechanical components as well. So isn't this fun? This game can really suck you in and get you completely fixated on what you're trying to do. Right, our concrete guys aren't doing anything, but they will be doing something once we got over here. The other thing I've also done is I built this back road because I found that the gravel trucks were having to back loop around here to go over that way. So I put this connecting road in through here. And of course, eventually, actually what we could do is this going to be worth it? It's going to be worth it in the long term, but I don't think it's going to be worth it in the short term. The gravel guys are there. So if they got I mean, the only advantage is these will load quicker, and which will make a difference once we get out this way. So what we need now is workforce. We need steel there. Let's have a look at what we're doing. Yeah, we got no. It's the steel imports that are holding us back. But we do have a dedicated truck here. Right, we got the I think this is the truck that's coming in. So here, but yeah, it's the steel. I think we've got enough jobs queued up now. So I don't think there's anything else we can add just at the moment. Looking for any small quick wins, which won't need too much to build. A private school over here, Rotunda Theatre. How is our education going? The school's well within limits. How's our famous kindergarten? You're good. How are you doing? You've got everything under control. Water's there is good. And I suppose part of the problem is the orphanages. Where are the orphanages? Yeah, so we've got an average loyalty of 45%. I'm quite happy with that. I mean, if it goes higher, I'll be even happier. And I think what we're going to be doing in the next part is looking at power, because we're going to need to run. We've only got 2 major power outputs here, so what we're going to need is a way to distribute the power, because we got one's going to go up the hill. So let me just, I think just to wind the video up, where we'll put in the main kind of power distribution. I think my instinct is to put it up here. We're going to use a mod. Where is it? Wow, that's big. Interesting building. So we're gonna have to kind of put it into level terrain. My instinct is to put it. We could put it there. It's a bit close to the. Because what we're going to need to do is bring the power up to here, and then spike it off to take to other places. So what we'll do is I think we'll go the full 18 megawatts here. Why is that? Why won't that connect? Okay. Just come the other way. Make sure it's connected. Yep. So just accept that. This can go out that way. We can take this way, although it's going to be a bit icky. We may have to cancel. And then we can come out this way. So we may have to kind of backtrack a little bit, because we need to run one power cable, or do we? Or will we just stick with the wind turbines here for the moment? But we're going to need to get power across the top of the town. Actually, I'm not that happy with it. Okay, pop it. I think that's too close to the conveyors, so just get rid of you. I think I'm kind of storing up trouble for myself. So I think what we'll do is we'll push this back, put this out, say, got a road there. We need the road connection. So I think if we say we put it right back here, we got potential for fire, so we'll put the fire road connection there, that, and then we'll run the full 18 megawatts into that. Now, going this way, life's going to be even more complicated because, well, I've kind of bottled myself in here with all the conveyors. How can I get through here? We can get to there. We can get to there. We can't get through here. Okay. Let me just see. Right, wow, we got to the 10th of July. Now, what we're going to do is just get back here because I want to see what the levels in my silos are. 133. 133. That's pretty good actually, because we're only a few days off of a new harvest, which means that we've just got enough crops produced at the moment to get through with our current population of 3,863. So we're right on the borderline. It's good. I get a feeling that we're going to need to come out this way with the power cables and then somehow run round the house. I don't seriously doubt I could get it in here. Give it a go. Well, we can. If I trouble is well, if we put it there. Actually, what's the normal switch like? Actually, what we could do is put a normal switch in. It's smaller. We don't need the. If we put a normal switch in like that, maybe over a little bit like that. Problem's going to be is where I can that connected. Yep, bit icky, but we're okay. And what that will mean is that I can then take a power line out that way. I can also take a power line out that way. Oops. Oh. Yeah, the real risk with doing this is the fact that what will happen is that this could overload with the 18 megawatts. So we're going to be very careful with the power distribution. But what we can do is offset, because we got these connectors here. So what we can do is run these connectors to the local town and use this switch to get us out of this area to run the distribution. That might be a better option actually, because of course we'll have to run a medium voltage into this area. Anyway, that is going to be the subject of the next part, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode, hope you found it interesting, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.